So it's time to revise Lewa, but first we're gonna have to weigh him and see how much we have to work with. So we're coming up at 3.8 right now, so I'm gonna do my best to see what I can work with in terms of plastic without sacrificing playability, and coverage is gonna be the biggest issue probably. Today I'm going to be going over my revision of Lewa, and in the past videos he's been kind of stuck in the background, but now it's his time to shine. With Lewa, it was great to finally fix these shoulder issues, where he now has way more range of motion in how it can be positioned. It's hard to show because I have a camera right in front of my face as I'm doing this, but you get the idea where, because it's positioned kind of outwards on an angle, it's much easier to not only fold his shoulders back, which you could do before, but also get things across his chest for much more sort of expressive play. The legs as well I changed up a bit. I ended up attaching the sort of knees more vertically and then have just the calves go straight into the leg. So it covered the cosmetic values that I wanted, and it also wouldn't go overweight. Speaking of weight, again, so we weighed in Lewa last time, and here we have it. We're primarily at 3.8, right where I wanted to be, which is great. While trying to weigh what the total plastic would be is a very crude way of sort of imagining what the toy's budget would be. It still provided that kind of interesting variable into how I was going to restructure this guy without actually just piling stuff and stuff and stuff on top, because it's fairly easy for me to add new features, but it's another thing to actually not go just overboard. Just to show you though, here's what it looks like with the golden mask. And again, aside from the yellow, which I have also a bit added on the back here, it stands out a fair bit. I mean, I think the whole point of the golden mask too is to show that it's a sort of upgraded added feature. It was a sort of evolution and not built-in upgrade potentially, because that would then defeat the purpose of the original mask. Alright, so instead of just talking about masks, I'm going to move on to something that's much more visual and interesting to see. With the blade, I like that you could spin it around, but I was just thinking if he's sort of flying through the jungle or something like that, some of those blades are just going to get in the way at some point. So I like the idea of having something that's sort of mounted along his elbow in kind of a Deus Ex sort of style. Looks like that. As he's sort of in attack mode, he can flip 180 degrees and have his blades both facing forward. Because Lewa's character is also a bit of a joker or trickster, it makes sense for his weapons to sort of appear and disappear at will. That said too, another benefit to retracting these, much like in the 2002 version, he's able to use his wings sort of as glide wings, because I'm not quite sure whether or not the masks permit a sort of special powers ability anymore. This will sort of help him descend, I imagine, as he's going from treetop down to the forest floor. So that concludes my revision video of Lewa, Uniter of Jungle. If you guys like, you're welcome to subscribe. I'll be putting out videos a little less frequently sort of after this first wave, because I'm a little bit late to the sort of new 2016 sets reveal, since there have been channels which have had videos out since December 15th, so it's been some time. But in any case though, I'll keep you guys updated on the new sets sort of as they arrive. But again, thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, look at that. It's a snow angel.